This is the Thule Hideaway 10-foot wide awning, and we are using it to apply to our bubble top van conversion. This is a fiberglass bubble top, which poses all sorts of issues. One of the things you'll notice in this particular application is because of the way the bubble top looks, or the way the line transfers rather, it makes it very hard to even these out and make sure that they end up in the same location or in a livable location for you to actually secure the mounting brackets. So with that being said, we kind of just split the difference and found where the most planar location was to mount these. That means the most flat and even surface. We measured very diligently, making sure that these are exactly the right distance apart, because they have to be at the front and back of the actual awning when it mounts to the brackets. And you don't really have any wiggle room. They need to be at the very front and the very back. They also need to be level, so we measured at least 3 times, checked it our level 3 times, definitely double checked on the inside. As you'll see, what we had to do here was we went and got a piece of cedar about 6 inches tall by 3/4 inch deep and 11 feet long, so that we have extra room to tie into. We drilled the holes in there so that we could run fiberglass through and connect it to the original fiberglass to secure the piece in place once we're done mounting everything. It's also secured in place with a little bit of liquid nails, and by a little bit I mean a lot. We jammed that full of liquid nails, and then we secured the screws to the inside, having been sealed with silicone. So what we came across in doing so, because of the imperfections in the fiberglass, the depth wasn't the same for each one of these, and the screws that it came with, that the mounting, this is the mounting brackets that we ordered from Thule. The screws that it came with were a Torx drive, and they're about 3/4 inch long. Not quite long enough in some cases to reach through and grab the backing plate. Now, we've reached out to Thule on multiple occasions for some help on this, because they're very unspecific in what they require you to use. Haven't heard anything back from them. I'm very disappointed. Their customer service sucks. Their support, I would think, would be better, and I'm just very dismayed, because the product is great. We love the product, don't get me wrong. Just wish we had a little bit more help when it comes to something that's non-standard in the application as ours is. And if you have a fiberglass or a surface mount, you'll most likely run into some of the issues that we're running into with this. So what I did was I looked all over San Diego, and outside of having to specially order the same screws or style, the Torx drive as we had before, I found these screws at Home Depot. Now, I'll just tell you real simply what this is. This is the Everbuilt, they call them flatheads, but really it's a bugle head screw. As you can see, it does look like a bugle. That's why they call them that. It's a bugle head screw, Phillips drive, and it's a 1.5 inch number 12 sheet metal screw, and that's exactly what you need for this application. I'm super OCD, so I wanted all the screws to match and be the same. That's just not going to be the case, and I'm going to have to get over that. So there you see, there's the one I've put in so far, and it seems to work great. You can feel it pulled together, and I would suspect, just as with anything else with a wood and composite sort of application, whether it's plastic or fiberglass or whatever the case may be, is to drive the screw to cinch, but not too hard, because you do want to leave room for expansion and for some heat and cooling, contraction and expansion. So that's it. That's basically it. I don't know if I helped at all. I hope I did. I hope I made this simpler for somebody else, because it really stressed me out, the idea of drilling through our fiberglass bubble top and not really knowing a specific way of doing things. I like following the rules. I enjoy directions. I like knowing when things make sense. I don't mind following the rules, and I certainly don't mind a little bit of direction. But this was basically the only mount for us, and if you got a similar thing going on, feel free to hit me up ask me any questions you want. I'd love to share. I'm sure I'm just rambling like a fucking idiot, but I felt like it was necessary to point this out. It's a difficult endeavor. You can't just get up there and do your basic measurements and just be done. You got to really be diligent and make sure you find the right level and the right distance, and most importantly, finding a flat surface on a surface that isn't exactly the most congruent and flat. So just take your time, be diligent, and like I said, if you have any questions or anything, let me know. I'd love to help. That's the only reason I made this fucking video. Enjoy.